Hello, THL. Welcome to Saturday, or Salty Saturday. Keep on forgetting to add that. Salty Saturday. My name is Saku. I'll be your operator for this evening. We have two wonderful casters in Wild 9 and Geranium Battle. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good.
Doing absolutely wonderful. Just been having a nice relaxing day looking at stats.
Stats. What are those?
Oh, like the stats for these class matchups that we're going to see today.
The wonderful class matchups. Yeah, geez, I can't even speak. That's bad. It's a good thing I'm not casting tonight, eh? So what are you guys finding here? So we got a wonderful Hero Series match, which is Last Duel Standing format, best of 5. We got Yellow Dart representing Dad Legend, who's bringing Demon Hunter, Rogue, and Shaman with Anfall from Bolner Jams 03 with Druid, Hunter Mage, and Paladin. So I know you guys are discussing in the green room in quotations. So what did you guys deduce was going to happen here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty open. I feel like we're kind of. It feels like there are a lot of different lines that certainly Yellow Dart could take, but I think both of them. I mean, it's kind of early in the meta. There are a lot of different archetypes that are flying around that people have different opinions on, and so it just feels like there's a lot of different, especially in Last Hero Standing, where you might want to think about how to counter certain classes or certain archetypes, and so there's kind of a role for any class potentially, depending on the archetype you decide to go with and kind of your starting deck and your kind of counter strategy in a way.
Yeah, like one of those sort of strategies that we're sort of seeing develop is Paladin in many lineups. Some people have started to shy away from it more. So it was a very strong week 1 deck, and now in week 2 it's maybe losing a bit of steam, but Paladin is still known as the Demon Hunter counter, and there's a Demon Hunter on the other side of it. So very much looking forward, and we're going to probably see that match play out as well.
Yeah, and I'm interested in the Druid bring from Anfall as well. Like that's a very not one of the more popular classes, I think, going into this week. So he might have had some kind of plan, some kind of thought process there, whether he's trying to counter Demon Hunter or counter something with that Druid bring. But that's kind of one of the interesting things to watch out for. What kind of Druid? Because there's so many different Druids he could be possibly bringing.
Yeah, and then I'm also bringing the Quest Mage. Quest Mage has the most the popularity of any deck. Looking at the stats right now, from Diamond to Legend, it is 0.01% more popular than Handbuff Paladin, the second most. So he's running the popular decks, hoping to use their popularity to his advantage. But that might mean that Yellow Dart might know how to play against those decks quite a bit better if he's been playing on ladder.
Yeah, the other or last maybe thing that stands out to me at least is the Rogue bring as well, right? Like usually Rogue is kind of like a nice 50-50 deck around the board in some sense. Like it's generally 45 to 55% against a lot of different classes and archetypes. But one deck that it is strong against is, the hand buff Pally, right? It's more closer to 50-50, I think, against the secret version with the secret package, but it still has an edge there. So I'm kind of curious about that, whether that's kind of the plan in bringing Rogue. Is it basically there just to win that Paladin matchup? And how he'll navigate, I guess, the rest of his decks, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if we see Demon Hunter winning the first game, and then Paladin countering that, and then Rogue countering that right back. We'll see if that's even available for these players going into it, or whether the Paladin is going to outlast the Rogue in these class matches.
Yep. So as I was typing in Discord chat, so the players are going to start right now. So we got Anfall at the bottom of your screen with Yellow Dart at the top of your screen. So first to spectate would be Anfall. We'll just watch some eyeballs.
And we've actually got so the bans coming in here are a ban on Yellow Dart's Shaman and Anfal's Hunter, which we've seen that time and time again throughout this week. Pretty much every single thing that's been streamed been those bans. So I think the Hunter from Yellow Dart definitely has a home into some of these matchups. It's a little weird that didn't get banned, but the Hunter from Anfal being banned, I didn't think that the Hunter there was extremely strong into all these matchups. Not that great into Demon Hunter, not super great into Shaman, but it does do very well against the Rogue.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that as one line of play is to ban the Hunter or ban Pally or something else. Getting into the game now.
You shall.
And just for our viewers, maybe you guys can just refresh what Last Hero Standing format's all about.
Sure, yeah, you're gonna play a deck, and then if you win, you keep that deck and you keep playing that. The losing deck goes away and can never be played again. So the goal is to not run out of decks to play.
Yeah, and we see the Demon Hunter already coming out from Yellow Dart in Last Hero Standing because the winning player continues on with their deck one more time. They have to play that deck again. We will see a counter come up most likely to this Demon Hunter. If this favorable matchup, sort of like a 60-40 into this mage, does end up working out for Yellow Dart, then we're probably going to see the Paladin come out against it.
Yeah,
So this is Death Rattle Demon Hunter.
Yes, it is Death Rattle Demon Hunter. It's still, I think either way, it's roughly a 60-40, more or less. What's interesting about the mage deck is it's not the completely spell-based one, right? He's running the Wand Thief, he's running the Ignite instead. So this is probably kind of like that more miracle-y version, so to speak.
Yes, so because he's actually playing the Death Rattle Demon Hunter, that means the Paladin isn't an insane counter to it. It's more so just a pretty reasonable one, about the same as the win rate into this mage is the win rate of the Paladin into this Demon Hunter. You may also see a Druid that can counter this Death Rattle Demon Hunter, though, depending so many different archetypes.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing the Druid bring is. I'm assuming, at least to some degree, Druid definitely has some archetypes that do fairly well against Demon Hunter. But in this game, it just looks like the Demon Hunter has everything he kind of needs. Really, really solid curve to start with. I noticed that Fell Screamer there at the end.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
I mean, we're going to see an Eldari Inquisitor, that means, on either turn 6 or turn 7, instead of usually when it comes out on turn 9 and you hero power it, or turn 8 if you had a weapon.
Yeah,
so we're going to see
a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, and with the mage using Flurry already, it means that a lot of these sort of interim mid-range boards that come out around turn 5, turn 6 are going to be dealing a lot of damage.
Ooh, and we already have a watch post here, which is also interesting tech into, I guess, what he was expecting.
Yeah. So the problem for Anfal right here is that this is a sticky Razor board that will probably bring out another sticky minion after that, and because mages aren't running the arcane missiles to devolve the opponent's board, it's going to be very hard to deal with these types of boards that the Demon Hunter puts out.
Do you like the play here of just ignoring the watch post? I mean, he had a chance of pinging it off and killing it here. Chose not to and just go face.
Yeah, it turns out if you get flow, it's almost as if the watch post isn't there.
Yeah, he did discover that, right?
Yep, he just did off of the Ruined Orb that was in his hand.
Oh no, it was off of the Wand Thief. Okay, so he ruined Orm the
Oh.
Face first, got a Cold of Cold, and then Wand Thiefed the Incanter's Flow.
Or most correct. And it looks like, yep, prioritizing quest still here. Means we're probably going to see the quest reward come out on turn 7, turn 8.
Ooh, got to devolve.
That is very nice. Although,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
kind of, I wasn't sure because I was thinking that he almost definitely is going to play the flow here, right? So I don't
Yeah,
know. It's interesting.
getting rid of the flurry earlier means that he just doesn't have many options to reduce damage, and so Cone of Cold is great.
Yeah, I guess he's just going to try to stall as long as possible, and then I still though, because given that this is the miracle version, right? Like, doesn't I guess at some point you just kill this watch post eventually? I guess you can kill it now too.
Yeah, First Flame is great, or rather, I would say Fire Sale is probably going to be the play here. Fire Sale
Right.
will completely clear the board, and because Illidar played that Razorfen Beastmaster instead of doing something like Illidari Studies or Coin Kurtrus Ashfallen, it means that there's no Death Rattles coming out from there.
Yeah, this is still going to be 8 to the face though. But Anvil's done a pretty good job just keeping the life total very high up to this point when there was just a lot of pressure on the board in the early game.
Yes, though an 8/8 is not going to be easy to remove. We see the Cone of Cold or maybe First Flame plus Fireball even. We're going to have to use quite a lot of our what we want to save on this 8/8 just because it's too threatening.
The mage has just a lot of different lines of play. I think I would have played it much differently, but like from the get go, but not necessarily having no idea whether it would have been better or worse.
By the way, I'm going to correct myself back there. I did say that maybe we could just Cone of Cold the Eldari Inquisitor. I completely forgot that the Eldari Inquisitor still attacks if it's frozen.
Right.
When you use your hero power.
Yeah, so he had to kill it basically.
Absolutely, and all we have left is the Frost spell left to play, and because a minion is coming out, of course, for this Demon Hunter, this Cone of Cold will find a home, and the quest reward might just get played next turn. And then this Cram session is going to become absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, okay. I was wondering if he's saving this Ashfallen in order to help kill. He's not. Okay. The way he was playing that, I wasn't sure if he was going to play the Ashfallen or not, but I do think it makes sense to set up the skull because what else are you going to do on turn 8 right now?
Yeah, it's a little interesting. We don't necessarily have a way, the Demon Hunter doesn't necessarily have a way to deal with the 7/7 that's going to come out right now.
Right.
You can play Illidari Inquisitor on curve, but then you can't actually attack face with it afterwards. So
yeah, it feels pretty bad. It feels pretty bad to have to do that, I feel like.
Yikes. With that lab partner pickup, the Cram session is going to draw 5 next turn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Once quest gets completed, that's where things start to get crazy. It feels like you only get 1 or 2 turns to really put pressure and start looking to end the game.
And unfortunately, because the only cards bigger than this Fellsteel Executioner are the Illidari Inquisitor and the Skull of Gul'dan, we are not going to be able to play a weapon or anything this turn to then allow this Illidari Inquisitor to do much more damage. So it's looking more like a 3-turn lethal rather than setting it up for the 2-turn and killing it next.
Right. I mean, this could just be it, though.
Ooh, that. So Fire Sale is going to still bring out some other minions to then deal with I don't like the second flame going first because that means we're going to see the Deathside Cultist Taunt coming out, and then we won't send this.
Oh, he's planning on wiping whatever came out. Yeah.
I wonder if we're also going to see the Flurry.
I would guess so. Based on that
It
line
is-
of play, I mean, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's pretty much he just has to avoid dying. If he just avoids dying, he's going to be fine.
It is only the 1 minion to Flurry, but it is making it so that you're only at 11 instead of being
Only so much
a bit more safe. If down to 11,
This
I
is
think
why
there are some outs to
This
get
is-
it lethal.
this is partly why I thought that he could just be dead. Because you put on a lot of damage. Like I was thinking that if he just throws the 7 to face and just draws and just goes for kill, he could have found lethal possibly, but he's pretty
One
close.
off.
I mean, if he didn't play the fire cell, it's a ping, right? But that's just how crazy I think it is once you pull off your quest. But you never know what you draw into, right? So, and he did need to kill that 2/3, otherwise all these draws would be 1 more mana, so he wouldn't be able to go off quite like that.
Yep, and this is going to wrap it up. The Demon Hunter actually losing a favorable matchup into this mage.
Yeah.
That
What do you
means that-
think? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say now the hand buff paladin for Anfal is actually just a quite a bit worse. So to counter this mage,
It's just going to be the hunter, I assume, right?
yeah, Face Hunter, yeah, because the Shaman got banned, the Face Hunter is still available for Yellow Dart, and is definitely the best thing into it. The Quest Rogue is only a 40%, whereas the Face Hunter is a 60% into it.
I do have to say, I really like the way Anfal did play that, looking at the lines and just staving, instead of like treating the little 3/2s and 3/3s with a lot of respect early on and just kind of stalling out, instead of both overreacting to the watch post and also feeling the need to, I guess, like discount everything and kind of speed his way, towards some kind of goal, right? Like he was very careful keeping his health total high. And that seemed to really do the trick.
I actually have to think that Yeldar got a little bit unlucky last game. The Death Rattle minions that summon Death Rattles from your hand
Right.
not getting anything once the Fire Cell cleared his entire board definitely put a large hamper on it. I mean, he was only 1 draw away from getting the 4/3 that summons another 4/3 from deck, and all the sticky minions just weren't sticky.
Yeah. That was really unfortunate, right? Like, I'm sure even Antoine was a bit surprised once he clears the board and there's like, oh, nothing came out.
Yeah, and I mean, if that first Fire Sale doesn't clear those minions, then we start seeing, okay, well now another 6 damage is coming out in this next turn, and now this 13 health total that you had that was supposed to keep you safe is more like a 7 health total, or
Right.
even a 1 health total, and then you die even with the Ice Barrier against an Eldar target.
It does look like Yellow Dart here doesn't have the most amazing draws. And Anfal is playing similarly and just keeping his health total as high as he can, using that coin there even and ping to just clear off 4 damage.
We see the piercing shots in hand are definitely not great against Mage, since they play very few minions. I mean, we do see the Wand Thieves in hand for Anfal, but yeah, we might even just piercing shot our own 1/1 to deal 5.
Yeah. I think that does feel better than just playing a 1-drop and hero powering.
I actually think I liked playing the 1-drop a bit more. We want to keep the minion pressure and minion damage continuing to go through. I mean, this combustion definitely would have cleared the board, but this 1/2 becomes a 3/2, and we still don't miss out on that much damage because we get hero power last turn.
Do Do you attack the frost armor?
You're not gonna kill him without.
It's pretty unlikely. Yeah, I agree. Not with the hand that you have. It's probably true.
Like, I don't expect you to really find many more minions to attack into with the Rhino, and you're not going to activate Explosive Trap. You're not going to, you can Hero Power 6 turns. That can be really good.
This was difficult.
Maybe you get there. I mean, there's no direct healing, right? You have to get the aim shot thing, right? The thing that basically is going to do 4 damage to face instead of 2. But no, I agree. I think that you probably just have to attack and hope.
Yeah, Aim Shot is looking like the new skill command for Hunter. Just the
Yeah.
5 damage for 3, or 7 damage with your opponent.
I generally like this line. I mean, you're just trying to pressure as much as possible. You have the quick shot to hopefully follow up.
Yeah, I mean, you're using all your mana efficiently, and Quick Shot is definitely a great pickup as it allows Yellowdart to continue to find more cards. He was running out using the piercing shots on his minions, but it's just, if that 1/1 had stuck around, from before, then maybe we'd see just a little bit more damage here and there, and maybe this 12 health is more like 10 health right now from the few turns.
He made a mistake there, but that's okay. He basically played the flurry there on nothing because I think he thought that he hadn't played the frost yet, but he played the frost armor secret. So
yeah,
but that is actually a pretty reasonably large mistake. I think that he had enough mana. Okay, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I thought that he could actually have completed the quest.
Whoa.
Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh.
Okay, well, I mean, knowing that there's another ice barrier here, we do just sort of need to find the spell damage to close it out. I think at this point, there's no Rhino in hand. There's no minion pressure on board. We can't really get through this ice barrier as well.
Right. That was the other thought I had actually of, playing the secret and then just seeing what he does with the 3/2. Because you actually kind of want him to trigger that, honestly. The +5 life is meaningful. Seems a little ridiculous, but because now you're also on a clock, right? You pretty much have to kill him in 3 turns, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean,
30.
If we see another explosive turn right after playing the quest reward, just like last game, then probably only 2 turns left for this Hunter. And unfortunately, the opponent has just over the 4 health that you would get from 2 hero powers.
Only so much time.
Right. And
So
I'd have to go back and look. Sorry, go ahead.
Lots of 1 damage or even 2 damage things from this Hunter. Brock Kodobama would do it. We've got just the Arcane Shot or the Wound Prey. A lot of things would help close it out, and you've got 27 health still to play with. Or this Warsong Wrangler would get ourselves a Tramping Rhino, and then the unfortunate thing is this Wand Thief is not going to stick around, but it does keep the spell damage minion your opponent has from being played.
Well, that's right. The small minion, right?
I actually like this a bit more of just holding it in hand, not letting your opponent know that you can 9 mana Warsong Wrangler into Trampling Rhino. Your opponent has to ping the Wand Thief off in order to live.
Yeah, that's a great read there. So that there's no reason that he would keep all his minions, right? So like he doesn't think he's in danger at all, so he plays all these minions out. And now you basically have lethal unless he kills his own minions here.
Which,
there he goes.
Actually starting to do.
Or is that, yeah. I mean, that could just be for the quest, but we'll see.
I'm sure. I mean, if this Fire Cell gets played. Okay, never mind. Successfully played around it. Oh.
He traded it. I thought that he was playing it, but he traded it.
Only so much.
Never mind.
Right. He still can. He still has the ability to clear it off.
No. Looking like he was just
No.
activating the brain freeze before to get the quest reward, not to
Right.
to clear off his own minions. Thinking about
And
that.
so the hidden play gets the win. Not playing that 3-4.
Crouching Rhino, hidden Yellow Dart. Let's get this Hunter win.
Impressive read. Well, he was almost there. I mean, maybe one turn away, right, from probably completing that.
Yeah, now
Amazing.
to counter this Hunter, though, I don't know if we have a very good option from Anfel's side. Hand of Paladin is about 50-50. The Rogue is more like 35% into it.
Nature seek balance. Being
Oh, he doesn't.
we gotta-
Handful has the Druid, right? Yeah, it should be the Druid that goes against it then.
You're right, Yellow Dart is the one that has the Rogue. Okay, so this is a Quest Druid. This is supposedly favored, but only by
Is
a
it?
little.
We'll
Yes.
see.
It's like a 45%. It's pretty close to 50%, but it is a little bit favored. I mean, hey, Pharaoh Rage gain 8 is not nothing.
Right. I was kind of expecting, if Anvil doesn't ban the Hunter, to have some kind of just straight up, really, really clear counter. So I don't know if this is it. I mean, it might be.
This is also interesting. We see the Felmaz out of Yellow Dart's Hunter. It is actually a little bit of a thinking piece whether players play the Wriggling Horror or the Felmaz.
Yeah, I think that this, given the classes he was facing, this makes a lot of sense. Just strictly better against Mage and better against most Druid decks, I'm pretty sure. Except for maybe a token Druid of some kind, but generally speaking, it's a much better tech.
And usually we see people play a few minions, just some small minions to sort of counter the becoming undormant from the imprisoned Felmaz, but we're just going to see instead, you're going to deal 5 to me? Sure, I'll heal for 5 instead.
Well, and then he's going to see 2 of them. So it's probably one of the best starts you can have in this matchup, I imagine, for the Face Hunter.
Yeah, if you're going to play Felmaz, you want to get 2.
Now, that said, this Fungal Fortune into Overgrowth isn't looking too shabby.
Pretty much the route for Anfall to win from this position is to stick Fly Swarm and token combo off, and just get that over as fast as possible. It's a race to see who will finish first.
Yeah, but he's kind of even set up. Oh, that's good. That's very helpful.
Okay, that is very important. I think actually maybe even the Kolek is the most important thing on this board, just because of the Glowfly Swarm that is going to come out. This Kolek makes most of his 1/1s into 2/1s that can then trade very efficiently.
Right. Yeah, that's my thought as well.
But
yeah, he's going.
I guess just thinking I need to send my attack face all this attack damage I have, but
And then I guess he's gonna just armor up, or attack and kill the 1/2, perhaps. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, or kill the 6/4. That's interesting. Yeah, because he's still gonna play Glowfly next turn, I assume, right?
I guess we're probably going to see Living Seed into getting the Park Panther and then killing off the 6/4 and the Kolek that way.
So then he would. Oh, okay, I see.
It definitely doesn't feel great though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It made sense that you had to stave off damage there, but I thought that setting up the Glowfy would make a little bit more sense. But maybe he just ignores it. But you at that point had 2 Feral Rages, so even if he gets you low and ignores your Glowfy Swarm, I mean, you can kind of surprise him by putting out just a ton of armor and then value trading.
Yeah, and at this point though, you can't even play Glowfly Swarm; you just die. So
Right.
pretty much the only play is that Living Seed.
Okay. He is
Might
going
have-
to gain some armor.
Yeah, and at least he isn't keeping anything on board in case a Trampling Rhino comes out.
But even then, I think if we were to look back, the killing the I guess that's because he wanted to use his face to kill the 5/4. Like he killed the taunt, right, instead of the. But yeah, I understand why.
Cenarian Ward is actually very interesting include in this Quest Druid deck. It's something that a lot of Druids have cut just because you gotta die before turn 8 a lot of the
Right.
time.
Yeah, especially if this is his counter to Face Hunter, it does feel a bit slow. That last play from Face Hunter too, I actually thought that. Oh, maybe he didn't have a choice. Sorry, I didn't even see. It went by too fast. No, he could have picked the Wolpertinger, right? Like that would have been a really strong whatchamacallit play if he had just Warsong Wrangler the Wolpertinger. He gets an extra 4 damage plus he had 1 mana left over to just jam it right away.
Yeah. In this case, actually, it's kind of interesting to maybe do Feral Rage Attack. Feral Rage Attack, you die to the aim shot in hand, but you're not dead on board, and then you are set up to get your quest reward, play that next turn alongside the Mark of the Spine Shell.
That'd be interesting, yeah. I think he was just worried about just dying there, but I think you're right. Like, given what he'd seen so far, kind of makes sense.
You know half the
not
cards
dead.
in your opponent's hand almost.
Yeah.
You just need to hope that your opponent doesn't have the spells that deal damage. I mean, unfortunately, aim shot was there.
Right.
This point, though, Fungal Fortunes for any semblance of hope. I don't
Right.
think there is one though.
Yeah, it does seem like that's the only play here. I do think that the other play you're suggesting was riskier, but maybe it gives you a better line to actually win rather than just survive, right?
Yeah, I think at this point, we see nothing, no options here. The only option right now is to die.
Yes.
We can see this Warsong Wrangler getting the Wolpertingers. That is a great Trampling Rhino draw because that means that the Yellow Dart can't have any mistakes and pick the wrong minions. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I think that's
Miss
Miss Lethal, right?
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure there's one more Wolpertinger in the deck.
There is.
Yeah,
They're
maybe.
hard to meet. Sure.
I think even before when he played that Warsong Wrangler, perhaps he just because the interaction is a little bit weird that the ones on the board also get buffed, right? So maybe it was just a little oversight.
Yeah. If Yellow Dart comes back and reviews this, that was also a mistake to play that specific Trampling Rhino because the other card, the other Trampling Rhino in hand, we do already know about. That one is
Right.
was a secret though.
It doesn't matter, I guess. He has a 7/7 and no taunt, nothing from the scenario.
Yeah, it's not going to impact that game. It's just something to think about. But now it is all locked in. There's only one deck left for Unfold to play.
Yes. That's the Paladin, right?
Yeah, I believe it is Handbuff Paladin. Is what we thought was maybe going to counter the Demon Hunter is instead now has to counter both the Face Hunter and its very bad matchup, the Quest Rogue.
Yeah, this will definitely be a challenge.
What we do see, this is the Stealth Handbuff Paladin. That is more of a recent innovation, including Sneaky Delinquents, including Um, such things as the SI7 sneaker. I don't remember exactly what it's called, and then
Yeah.
Blessing of Authority to make things that are uninteractive, just like the rest of the format.
Yeah, this is basically trying to kill you from nowhere, essentially, right? You just set it up, and then you battle master people dead from 30 if you want.
We'll see just what Anfal leaves on board. It is very interesting that since you have stealth minions and you have other sort of evasive tricks like that, maybe you just leave a stealth minion on board and don't play anything else. Don't hero power into the possible trampling rider.
Pretty good start here for Yellow Dart.
Yeah, probably going to see the Maker hopefully next turn as well. Get this minion pressure going before we start to see the spell damage, and also set up a great Kotobama if we do find it. Although these aim shots are loving our hand right now. You might even see a 6 damage hero power if we aim shot, and then hero power later.
Nice. Yeah, this is definitely a lot of just face damage, right? Like, I don't know if this paladin can get there to a position where they can even set up very much here.
We don't have the turns like the Felma sort of gave us at the beginning. We're seeing the 5/4 almost come out right now with this Mancrook backed up by this Drim Crescent.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Here's a Felma too. And now, though, the Oh My Yogg, the only two secrets that Secret Paladin runs right now are Oh My Yogg and Galloping Savior, usually a 2-to-1 ratio there. So I hope Yellow Dart knows that this aim shot is not going to aim true.
Yeah, I think the play is the Felma and hero power, but maybe not. Oh, okay.
Ooh. This is something that a lot of players have sort of forgotten about, is that Oh My Yogg gets played by a little bit of misdamage, but it's fine. That Oh My Yogg gets played by paladins. We saw quite a lot of clips of people losing their quests because quests are spells.
Right.
Oh My Yogg.
I mean, that was actually huge in terms of the order of play there, because he could have saved a 1/1 and 3 health off of his 3/4 if he had just done that in the other order.
Yeah, and aim shot going into the minion would have both given him the information and, like you said, the possible minion save.
So now he's a little bit off curve here. It's a little bit awkward, but I think
There
your
is-
goal is just to pressure as much as you can still.
Yeah, we're playing off curve every single turn as well, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah. I think that's why, especially after, I mean, regardless if you're like, oh, I really do want to play this aim shot, or I really want to trigger this Yogg right now. I think at that point, when he'd already made that line of play, like, it's just fine to hero power and play the Felma. I don't think it was necessary for him to test the secret right there.
Yeah. Actually, those attacks and losing most of his board, along with the aim shot back there, does mean that this paladin has mostly stabilized and is able to Blessing of Authority and now put the pressure back on this face hunter.
Yeah, because he's now like a battle master away, right? Like, if he does this trade, hits him for face, and then Blessing of Authority is whatever's left, whatever he wants, you're a top deck away from Conviction Battle Master.
It's an interesting order. You can attack with the minion face before Blessing of Authority onto it.
Right.
But
I guess this saves the 2/2, I guess, from being just being weapon to death, I guess.
sure, I mean, it just can be weapon to death anyways.
Well, yeah,
weapons-
now because of the attack.
So yeah, being that both minions unstealth themselves, I think I would have rather the 3 damage going face. Just 1 extra damage is 1 nicer. Though it shouldn't matter if we eventually do the Battle Master, because at this point it's much over lethal.
Yeah, didn't find it, and Yellow Dart seems to realize that he's going to lose the board now, so it's pretty much just going face.
It's actually good to. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about removing this Divine Shield off your minion. It makes it a little bit more vulnerable into the Trampling Rhino. Although, if your opponent's just Trampling Rhino and killing your 6/3, you are just going to win off the back.
This
This is it.
So-
I think.
Yeah. I think he needed it to go face there. Was hoping.
Yeah, going face there means that we get 4 damage off the Trampling Rhino and 5 damage off that. We are only 3 off of lethal, which is a hero power and a weapon swing. Exactly.
Right. So, I mean, good recognition there, just playing all the minions out just to create the widest possible board, right?
And now, Yellow Dart has the 7 damage you can get from Aim Shot and Hero Power, along with the Warsong Wrangler, puts him at 11 damage.
Yeah.
And 1 damage off lethal is not enough.
Right. I mean, it really did come down to that Yogg, honestly.
Yeah. Additionally, the Trampling Rhino not having enough to double attack with the, or not having enough health to live through an attack and then commit a double attack and deal double damage. There's lots and lots of almost lethal there in that Paladin Squeak Spy to face its hardest matchup.
I make my own.
Yeah, Anfol navigated that one also very well. I mean, he's been playing these as best as he can, I would say. Just that Druid deck felt a little bit like, what are you going to do, you know?
Yeah. Quest Druid is, well, most Druid is pretty good into Druid. Not much else,
Right.
unfortunately.
So, yeah, we're now going to see the Rogue against the Paladin. And this Quest Rogue, at least normally, is fairly strong. I mean, you have the tools to deal with a lot here.
Yeah. So things that we're going to see from this rogue, we're going to see the larger minions that the Blessing of Authority sticks on, or even this taunt from this Hammer. We're going to see that get bounced back to the hand with one of these spy gizmos. Another one of these spy gizmos is the weapon that deals 3 damage when it dies, and that can kill some of the stealth minions. Just sort of lots and lots of different varied answers to what Paladin tries to sneak around with.
Yeah, helping you get rid of some of these buffs. Right now, this Paladin has a great start.
Yeah. So, First Blade of Rin is usually not very fantastic because it starts at 3 attack, and the version that Anfal is playing doesn't have many buffs, just has the Alliance Bannerman, but here we see the Alliance Bannerman got both of them.
Right. Now you have 5/7 Divine Shield rushes at 4 mana.
It does mean that when you bounce them back with the Spy Gizmo, that they're just going to become 3/5s again that don't have rush anymore and can't get rush
Right.
anymore. But for now, 5/7s are very scary.
Yeah, and right now, at least, the quest progression isn't so great.
Yeah. Although it is interesting that the SI7 Infiltrator is going to find some secrets to remove.
Right. Oh, perfect. Well, I don't think he's playing it, though, right? Yeah.
In the hand of
It's just going to pressure, I'm sure, from here on out.
Yeah, we can see. Uh, Maybe the SI7 extortion first would have been just a little bit better. It means that we have a slightly
Yeah,
bigger minion that they sort of have to trade into.
that was along the lines of what I was thinking as well.
But we get a Spy Gizmo all the same, and this one does end up giving our minions stealth, which will allow us to play a bit better into it.
Yeah, and he wants to probably use. Oh, interesting. I was expecting the Hammer of Naru there just to pressure, but I guess this is technically more pressure.
Here we see another Oh My Yogg. In this case, now the SI7 extortion into the SI7 assassin is not quite as good. Instead, just a Foxy Frog for the same thing. And then if you're going to Shadow Step, then unfortunately that's going to get Oh My Yogg. So maybe we'll see the SI7 extortion just to play around that.
Yeah, you can't. You know that you can kill this with weapon and your stealth minion.
Ooh. Either way, this line of play is going to trigger whatever secret that Anfal has, because Galloping Savior would get triggered by that third card.
Right.
I don't like it.
Would you have just passed there and just let the 5/7 live?
Yeah, I mean the 6/4 and your face can kill off the 5/7 if you really need to. I just don't think that if you really need to play a third card that turn.
Right.
And see, this is just you getting away from taking 5 damage. You're already safe from most things that the Paladin can do. They've got their weapon swings, but if you keep them off the board with their minions, then they're not going to be able to kill you even from 10 or even from 5.
Right. This is a pretty strong turn, getting the secret out, drawing a card, and then wiping off the 4/4 here. I do think, given where the rogue was, that it would have been nice to get the effect of that Shadow Step. It felt like the more valuable spell too, if you had to choose between that and the SI.
And with the Scab's Cutter Butter now in hand, we might just see the quest getting completed this turn. Both SI7 infiltrators can come out alongside these Scabs. And I mean, unfortunately, that would put you dead to a Battleground Battlemaster, but don't have many other options here.
Which, unfortunately,
It looks like Anfal is going to up if he sees this.
yeah, he does see it.
And strike harder.
All right, well, he gets it.
And with that, we see Bolner Jams 3 taking the first match of this season for their team as a win, 3-2.
A really close and hard-fought match. I felt like Anfal had to make a number of rather tough lines of play throughout a lot of these matchups, and was often disadvantaged in terms of archetypes.
Yeah, he definitely would have liked to have seen the Paladin get into that Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter was already gone against the Mage, and then that last Paladin had to go into its unfavorables near the end there. Hopefully we can get Anfal on here as well.
Yep, working on that right now. So he's good to go. So he'll be here in 2 seconds.
I'd love to hear how he felt about his sort of unfavorable position, if he even felt that way.
Yeah.
He felt he was going to lose. We were already talking about that in chat. Just because with Yellow Dart being in the 4 seed is kind of ridiculous, we agreed on. But it is what it is in Hero. So Should be joining us shortly. Hey, Anfall. Congrats on the win, dude.
Thank you very much. That was a close one.
Yeah.
Extremely well fought. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Saku did spoil it for us that you said you thought you were going to lose. Could you talk a bit more though about how you were feeling in the last little bit of that match?
Not overly confident because I hadn't played that version of Paladin as much. Mostly because it's been a new development, it seems. But I mean, I feel confident enough in my play. I just don't want to go in overconfident, so tend to play it down some more.
What was the thought process behind bringing Druid? Yeah, just walk us through that. And what how did you see that working in the lineup?
I was figuring that Mage would be more popular than it was. And Druid and Hunter tend to kind of sneak through there.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you didn't see the mage, I guess there was a little bit of gotta pivot here, right?
Yeah, it was okay. Well, I guess we'll make it work, and sometimes it does well enough into OTK Demon Hunter if that's what he had brought. So
There are many different druids. Did you how many druids did you end up considering before finally landing on Quest?
4.
Oh my
So basically
goodness.
all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then what drew you to Quest specifically? Just its matchup into Demon Hunter?
Into Demon Hunter, and in theory, it's 50-50 against Face Hunter. So I was like, well, we'll take those odds, I guess. Not when they draw 2 Felmaz and everything under
Yeah.
the sun, but
What was the thought process too in the banning process? We were kind of thinking that the hunter ban made most sense, but you decided to ban the shaman. What was the thought process there?
based on the data I had, if the only good matchup I had to Elemental Shaman was Quest Mage, and didn't really want to gamble on just having one positive win rate matchup. But it was back and forth between the Shaman and the Hunter as the possible bans.
Yeah. Wild9 pegged you on banning Hunter, so it was very interesting to see once again for the I believe 4th time this week to see a match on stream that was ban Hunter, ban Shaman.
I think if it was Conquest, I might have banned Hunter. But
That
in
makes sense.
LHS, I wanted to make sure I had at least something for everything.
What was the secret paladin? Like you were saying that you weren't necessarily as comfortable with it, but what led you to end up choosing that one anyway? And also like how did you see that in terms of like a class counter, or what was the role there in your lineup?
It's a lot better into the Rogue than
Right.
Handbuff Paladin.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that turned out to be a key, right? So
yeah, that, and it was better into Quest Lifesteal Demon Hunter, so 2 for 1 with that one,
oh, nice.
which he didn't even end up having. So
Yeah.
I mean, Quest Lifesteal Demon Hunter is quite hard to pilot. Did you were you feeling like it was going to come out though?
with this team, yes. I put nothing off the table with them at all. They're all very capable players in every seed. So
Yeah, definitely.
We were just talking about where Yellow Dart being in the 4 is kind of a little bit ridiculous, but it was worse last season when he was in the 5.
I mean, he's at
Yeah.
he's at 1600 legend. I'm at 2400 legend. Not exactly your average 4 seed.
No.
Definitely.
I mean, Yellow Dart into the 4 just means Risen is in the 5 though. How do you feel? How do you feel about Quaz's chances?
I like Quaz. I mean, Risen had a down season last year, so I gotta have faith in my teammate to be able to get there.
Nice to see the support. So it seems like the rest of your team, like your entire team wide, brought Paladin. Was that everyone individual decision, or was that more of a passing down from on high?
I think we all just kind of independently like the Paladin. At least last week when we submitted lineups, we all did.
Yeah.
It does seem like you all think very similarly because you also have lots of hunters and mages.
Yeah, I think the Hunter was mostly to counter the mages, and Hunter's just good. It just gets there. We weren't sure what we were going to be seeing. Still early in the meta. Sometimes just, I mean, you saw it tonight. Face Hunter just does stuff.
Yeah.
So you just got Donde, yourself, and Quaz with some oddball classes, but that's good. It keeps the opponent on their toes of what to expect. So
Yeah, we'll see. The meta's still developing, so
Yeah.
next week will be a whole new week with
the buffs or the nerfs, buffs,
yeah,
deletions,
who knows?
bans, the whole meal deal. So, but thanks a lot, Dan Fall. Congrats
no
on the win
problem.
tonight.
Thank you.
You have yourself a fantastic night.
You guys as well.
Got it.
Have a good night.
All right. The any last hurrahs there for our viewers out there?
Well, it looks like the series is tied up. It looks like there's just a submitted result. So Starlux has won 3-2 for
Nice.
Dad Legend. So
Yeah.
we are tied up.
Tied up at 3-2. Wow. 3-2s have gone crazy. Yeah. Just this whole, if you scroll up and see at Diamond and F2L Black, they got 3-2s lying all over the place. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw some. Another thing is we saw a lot of unfavorables winning today. So
Yep.
just goes to show you, people listening out there, you can win with any deck as long as it's not Druid.
I think it also goes to show the youngness of the meta, right? Like all these stats, like they're pretty dependent on the specific deck choices that people are making and the packages that people are running. And so it does feel like a lot of the meta is in that 55-45 window.
Yeah. I would agree. And basically, if you watch the stream Thursday and Friday, things kind of went that way.
Yeah, this is a very exciting time. We're seeing a lot of specific techs and things coming up in lots of different decks.
Mhm.
Seeing innovation in OTK Demon Hunter and Paladin, and even Mage. Seeing the Wand Thieves come out.
Yeah.
So
with all the GMs making their changes every time. So, but yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up. For we only have one match tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be having a Legacy Series match between Automated Button and Ron Mexico. Then we're going to jump right into BG starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. There's an 8 p.m. The game for Automated Button, and Ron is for 8 p.m. Eastern. So that pretty much wraps up our evening. So thanks to Wild9 and to Geranium Battle to casting tonight's match. Pretty exciting. So any final words, guys?
No, just thanks for having us.
No problem.
yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to see these awesome matches.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Enjoy your night, everybody. We are out of here.